to throw on third with Dalton. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete.
And he is going to have a Saints first down by about a yard.
Dalton to throw. And he's got the hook up to Landry.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
It's been a
ground, and it's a first down.
Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling.
Ingram. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown.
Let's make no bones about it. On paper, they're the better team. They're at home. That's a strong opening drive.
And just think how many times we've seen this type of a matchup. Just what you said.
And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's Mark Ingram who caps it off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And Smith chooses not to return, and they'll bring it out to the 25. As the Texans offense runs out, we get a peek at the man under center. Second-year quarterback Davis Mills out of Stanford.
And remember, when he came out of college, he left early. So a lot of people
run for no gain. Here's 2nd and 10. Opening carry of the game here for Rex Burkhead. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Mills from the gun on 3rd down.
That's complete to his running.
But unfortunately not able to get the 3rd down conversion there on that play.
And I like how the defense approached that one. They knew where the first down marker was, and they decided whatever you want to have, you can. You're just not going to get the first down. Excellent tackling right there.
Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they'd really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time? Let's keep doing it until they stop us. Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
And he's got room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Play fake. Here's Dalton. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. A big-time play there for New Orleans. And even 50 yards.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years. With the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And boy, that was something to watch, wasn't it? How about the way these guys came out here in the first quarter? They really put their stamp on this game early with their play calls, and they certainly look good so far.
And that's...
Not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Kamara
trying again. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Ready for the second quarter from New Orleans. It's the Saints in possession. Third down and goal now. And this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop. Despite only needing one, Dalton to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Adam Troutman from a yard out. And the Saints go up by 2 touchdowns. Another impressive drive. So they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, and not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides played at optimum level.
Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive, but at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer, and make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. They go play action. Mills. And his throw here is incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On 2nd and 10, Mills. It's caught left side by Cooks. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Mills. Catch made here by Rex Burkhead as running back. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert here on 3rd and 3.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moved.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Mills again. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Evans. And the Saints are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It has been about as perfect of a start to this game as these guys could have asked for, Charles. They've scored on their first 2 drives. They still haven't given anything up on the other side of the ball, so they can already make this a 3.
Defense, you name it, it's going well for them.
Oh, he'll look downfield for Kamara. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
On 2nd and 12, Mills finding a safety valve here. That's complete.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
They were handed great starting field position on this drive, but now they face a 3rd and 4.
Here's Mills.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Looking here for Smith downfield. It's caught inside the 25.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. So Dalton now.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Andy Dalton. This is caught. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Look at this, a tight end carry. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Taysom Hill, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Saints will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
That score they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards.
And it was Taysom Hill who finished it off with a touchdown.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
From the 6. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less.
Mills can't get away, and down he goes. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now Mills. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
A big kick, 50 yards that time with a return of 4. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, and not much time, we'll see how they play this. Dalton's throw caught by Olave.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
The final act of the first half, Dalton. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And incomplete on the deep ball. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, BG, thanks very much. And welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports.
Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half.
And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the 3rd quarter. And they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit, as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Mills to throw it.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan, his 2nd sack of the night.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. On the return, Hardy. And when it's it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the Saints will take over with a first down and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 95 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
One play has him to the 37 here for first and 10. They run it again with Kamara. He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. And quickly they get to the line. Dalton off play action. Finding Taysom Hill complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside.
This offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. Play action now, Dalton. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 23 yards the pickup there.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those... Flying up, great catch. From down at the 12, it's first and 10. Play action here with Dalton. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Texans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. First and 10 now for Mills and the Texans at their own 20-yard line. Mills throw complete here, pulled in by Howard. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. Second and a yard. Mills. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Cameron Jordan bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session, while maybe a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
3rd and long for Mills. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Looks like another empty possession here for now, and I don't think with 3 scores down in the third quarter, they can truly afford any more the rest of the way.
No, especially the way their offense is sputtering. I think you're exactly right. They got to find some answers quickly.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here.
As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Dalton sets up play action. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
And now they're in the hurry-up. A busy night continues for Kamara, and he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the first down marker. They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton.
Got an open man. It's Olave. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Dalton operating in the red zone now. Completing it to the right side, Johnson.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
One quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th.
Second down and 8.
Passing. It's Dalton. And this one's incomplete.
A lot of 3 that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
And again, Andy Dalton to throw. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Fourth down. Dalton wants to throw. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown. Alvin Kamara. Sam Young. Touchdown grab. And the Saints' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. They went empty backfield. All their weapons outside. So there was no secret here.
No secret, but it's time to execute it. They started to protect the guy throwing the ball because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Lots of look at the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And he rifles one incomplete.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number 1, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number 2, if you are going to go for 2, Just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 33. A first down throw for Mills. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. And here in the 4th quarter, defensively, you know that you're just going to blanket the field with defensive backs and say, okay, take your best shot. And that time, it's intercepted.
And we've often seen teams go into the prevent early, way too early, and sometimes they get too soft in their coverages, but not in this case. They understood the situation. With the proper aggression.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Dalton, he's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. 3rd down, a shot here for Dalton. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good for the Saints. First and 10.
Another chance for Dalton. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. There he goes, right side. The 20. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
He's got it to Ingram, complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 48-yard line.
On 2nd down, Ingram. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 9.
Throwing, Dalton. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him. And how about this, a fake? And he will not.
Losing's what I never do. How you supposed to walk with me? I'm 80 steps ahead of you. My mind is on Socrates. All my balls on Rubik's Cube. Every time I do it, I just have to do it beautiful. I can't let this moment pass. Yeah, I know my time is now. Know my mama proud of me and my grandma smiling down. Every time I turn it up, whole crowd be wildin' out. Matter of fact, let me see your hands. Look, I saw my shot and I took it. I couldn't do it different. Couldn't afford to stop and go. I had to stay consistent. Made up my mind that no matter what, I gotta win. That's why it's always me and never them. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot.
Heart of a lion, my time, here I go. I am not moving in silence. If it ain't moving, move it. We making movies, moving, moving, moving. I get a chance and take it. We bout to build it. They leaving it vacant. I just go harder, harder. I am unbothered, I gotta get it. I am so with it. I will go get it, that is the difference. I am not waiting, I am not faking. Everything out here, that's for the taking. My mind too right, my grind too tight. This head rhyme too nice. This my world, my life. One shot, who me? Take that, movie. One shot, movie. That's all you need. One shot, who me? Take that, ooh-wee. One shot, movie. That's all you need.
One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot. You only get one shot. One shot for everybody living in the moment. One shot is all you get, so you gotta own it. One shot.
It's Madden NFL 23, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys. And a welcome in, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, so much gets made about offensive comparisons. Here's a matchup where the defenses may just take center stage.
Yeah, we're usually talking about guys scoring touchdowns. How about the guys who prevent them and change the momentum of the game when they take the ball away? I love those ball hawks in the secondary. People after my own heart.
This one teed up, and we are underway here at AT&T Stadium. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by 8. Pro Bowler, owner of over 35,000 passing yards in 11 seasons, the veteran Andy Dalton. Jameis going to look to throw right away. And his first look is incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Winston. And this one too low.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on blitz.
And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Winston to throw for it on 4th. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And he is going to have the Saints first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Give them 18 on that one. And the Saints are going to get a first down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down. Play action now, Winston. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 24-yard line. Winston. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly what they were looking for. We know that. That's pretty obvious. The beauty, though, is it's happening early. If they don't panic, they don't compound this problem, they've got a long way to go and a chance to get back in it.
2nd down at 5. Prescott now. That is caught by Lamb. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And they're going to get this up to midfield. The first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
And now he got away from that first tackler. No idea, but he did, and it winds up with positive yardage. Play fake. Here's Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Throwing. Prescott. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 29-yard line. A 3rd down conversion with a strong gain of 14. Prescott on 1st down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Schultz. Now it's 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
To the air again, Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play. And that'll force upon them a 3rd and 14. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Right back to his running back, Ezekiel Elliott. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. The kick by Marr is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Roughing the kicker, defense.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Following the interception, Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. We're scoreless after one. The Saints with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 1 coming up. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Meanwhile, Dak's throw there caught by Gallup. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Prescott. He finds his man complete. It's Schultz. And he will have a Cowboys first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. Up the middle. Here's Elliott. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Prescott. It's complete to Brown, right side. And they'll work this down inside the 30. The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Out to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. 4th down after the New Orleans defense holds serve.
Play action's supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. The kick by Maher is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. On 2nd down, Kamara. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Dalton sets up play action. Under heavy pressure, and down goes Dalton on the sand. They'll try to pass on 4th down. Dalton. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. On 1st and 10, Prescott. That is caught at the 7. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 18 yards that time to push him up 1st and goal. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. Here's Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott from 4 yards out. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on 4th down. That's what got them this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, they're fired up. And it carries over to the other side of the ball.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. As this offense gets ready here for this drive, Charles, you still wonder about that prior drive. Went for it on 4th down in their own territory, didn't get it, and then that led to a touchdown on the other side.
And I don't mind the aggressiveness. In fact, I'm usually a huge fan of it, but I just want teams to always weigh risk and reward. To me, too early in this game because reward just wasn't big enough to go for it there in case they failed. Now the pressure, back on their offense to pick themselves up, and they gave the touchdown that was just given up.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Open man is the tight end Troutman. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down now, but the clock continues to move. Dalton off play action. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Dalton. This is Smith with a grab. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They'll run it with Kamara, and he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Saints are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Lutz with the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Taken in at the 3. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. A first down throw for Prescott. Got a man, it's Brown. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. From the 31, Prescott. This will be caught once again by Brown. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Prescott to throw it.
Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Final play of the half. Prescott. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Welcoming everyone to our downtown Orlando studios in this EA Sports Halftime Report. First things first, let's get a check on the next-gen stats from that first half for the Saints. And they weren't able to get a whole lot done throwing the football. That'll likely be a big key if they want to turn things around in the second half. Both teams making their final preparations for the second half of action. So with that, let's get you back out to Arlington, where we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
He'll get this to Elliott. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And now we've got a 3rd and 4. Prescott. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to the first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. Here's Brian Anger now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Now Landry. Found good room to run there. Returns it 14 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. They'll roll him out, and he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. He'll buy some time right. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that'll bring up 4th down. So they are going for it. Now Dalton. He'll get this to his tight end, Troutman. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards.
Well, it all came together on that one, didn't it?
Big time throw on 4th.
Now that had to feel good, didn't it? Taking that type of a gamble there and making it pay off. What a throw.
And tough as a receiver because no matter how perfect the pass, you know it's 4th down and you got to convert.
A little bit of extra pressure, but he overcame it.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Throwing out right here, caught by Olave. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And room there to work it inside the 25. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Play fake. Here's Dalton. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry.
Over here, over here.
Here's Kamara off the draw.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal.
Brings up second and goal.
And Dalton to throw. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. He's at the 50, 30, 10, 5. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. So what a turn of events there. You're driving to take the lead in this third quarter, but then one mistake, and you're watching the ball being returned for a touchdown.
Certainly a great example of how focus has to be there on every play, doesn't it, partner? You can't get complacent, and I think that he did. He's got to move him downfield, but that's a play where he just shouldn't have thrown the football. And ultimately, could wind up costing him the ball game.
Washington now brings this out. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. The last time, everything looked pretty good except that final play on the pick 6. And now they've got to come right back out here, Charles, and try to pick up the pieces and get things going again.
Yeah, it certainly seems dire, doesn't it? But there is a silver lining, and it is hard to see so soon after that touchdown. But the game plan was definitely working. They were generating offense, had the ball beyond midfield, getting wins on each down against the defense. So they were moving it well. They just had to hang on to it.
As you said, though, it's a little tough to remember those good things on that last drive when it ended like it did. Dallas, Texas is the spot. Third quarter inside AT&T Stadium. Glad you're with us. 2nd and 10. Dalton's throw taken in by Landry. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 40. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. And they're going to speed things up here. From midfield here, Dalton. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Andy Dalton. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Here to dance at the beginning, so you know it's only right, that's how we end it. Came all the way from losing to winning, yeah I did it, but it ain't just me, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team, congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this, it's the whole team. Share it with the whole team, congratulate the whole team. Cause when you riding like we riding with each other, ain't no I in this. Tell them line it up, like a 4th and 1, we sneaky when we slide them. Y'all on offense with no defense, now y'all time is up. We make the hits, y'all take the hits, and now we fired up. 3, 2, 1, don't need no break. Hut 1, hut 2, give it straight, that's how I like it. And we grind it every night to make it hit, now it's exciting. See, they just getting cake, they ain't never gonna get no